I want someone who gets it. I want someone who I don't have to train. I want someone who doesn't expect to learn on my dime. I want someone with experience. Well, here's how you become this person. Hey everyone, I'm Emily Reagan, and you've discovered Unicorns Unite. This is a podcast for freelancers, service providers, virtual assistants, and curious listeners who would like to experience the freedom and flexibility of working virtually. We're the magic makers, movers and shakers, and the real people doing the work behind the scenes of online businesses. Welcome to Unicorns Unite. Hey, welcome back to the show. I'm Emily Reagan. I'm so happy to have you here. And first off, I want to invite you to join the Digital Media VA Crash Course. If you've been on the fence, just know that our course is closing soon for the fall session. You can go to vacrashcourse.com to read the long sales page, be able to ask me any questions from there, and sign up for our fall session. We are starting off now, and that means in 6 weeks, you could have paying billable hours, real live clients, and you could be building a brand new freelance service providing business. I'll tell you more. Just go to the sales page. You can see a number there to text me. You can send me a DM. I'd love to have you if you've been thinking about becoming a digital media VA unicorn. So today we're talking about the tour versus training approach and how you can use this and capitalize on it as the main pain point of your client leads. You can use this in your discovery calls, and you can get the work, and you will impress the clients when you can bring this point up. Here's the thing. I'm hearing the same thing over and over from my fellow business owners. They want to hire someone who gets it and will run with it. They're super overwhelmed, and they don't want to have to spend their time or money training a new teammate. They have this level of expectation now, especially as they get further along in their business, and they don't want to start with a beginner, a rookie, or someone who doesn't know the first thing about digital business. They're looking for teammates who are coming to the table with KSAs, knowledge, skills, and abilities, tons of experience, of course, and they want someone who understands what they're trying to do online as far as sales funnels, audience building, revenue streams, and digital products. Brand new baby business owners might not realize all of this yet. They might be okay with hiring somebody new, but some of them are pretty dang smart. They know that the fast track is to not hire a newbie. They want someone on their team, especially their first hire, who's already familiar with the digital world and can almost guide them. This is why I say being a digital media VA can sometimes be more like a business buddy, a strategist, a consultant, a coach, and a sidekick, because they want to tap into your brain and have your help. This is also why you don't just call yourself a VA, because you're doing so much more, right? But most of the time, if you're trying to get a higher level business owner as your client, you're not going to get the job if you don't know the online marketing fundamentals. And I encourage you to go back and listen to episode 33 about the 5 things you should really know. But first off, really ask yourself, what company lets you come on with no experience? I mean, really, everybody wants some kind of experience, right? And so where are you supposed to start? Companies that hire entry level also pay less. And rarely do I see online business owners hiring someone with zero experience. Companies and online business owners, they'll hire someone with zero experience when they find raw talent, usually somebody they know in their circle, and they want to groom this person to be their HR asset to their team. They see potential in someone and they want to snatch them up because they're hiring for personality, traits, and characteristics. They want that implementer. They see something really, really good in this person, and they know that this person's eager and hungry. So they'll pay this person less, and as they level up, they will be open to paying this person more. If you are getting hired as an entry-level VA position, your pay might reflect that, and there should be some kind of training to help you get up to speed. A training program is much like an internship where you get on-the-job training, or an entry-level position in a company where you go through their extensive internal training. In both of these cases, you're going to learn on the job, on the company's dime, and with the investment of time. And in exchange, you put in the time and you'll be working at that cheaper price because you're going to get the free training and experience. Like, it's a win-win when you're entry level, right? I've had a few of my business peer friends send their teammates through my VA Crash Course or my Facebook Community Workshop programs to do this. They want their assistant to be well-versed and they don't want to have to train them on their own, but they see that there's gaps lacking in this teammate and they believe in this teammate. So they're willing to pay for the teammate to go through it to make them a better candidate. They know the teammate will bring back invaluable skills and be on their team for the long haul. This is a really rare golden opportunity, and I want you to have this insider knowledge that this can happen. When a business owner truly values you and your work ethic and can see you as a long-term teammate, they will invest in you. They will sponsor you through a course or a training and want to see you become even better. So say you're on a discovery call with a client who fits this bill. They want to pay minimum hourly rates. They're okay with a rookie, and you're okay with that because you're brand new and you want the experience. So in the discovery call, ask about their training programs or areas that they'd be willing to invest in you. Do it in a way that shows you're eager to level up and you want to keep learning, and do it in a way where whatever you learn will definitely help the business owner. Don't do it in a way where you're acting entitled. So there are some situations where it's okay to start new and have your pay reflect that. But real quickly, you're going to start taking on new clients, you're going to gain confidence, and you're going to start increasing your rate. If you're coming to the table with online marketing knowledge and experience, then this whole conversation we're having right now should give you a big old boost not to take the minimum rate. You can see that you're already on the next level. You're not entry level, my friend. Even if you haven't had the hands-on experience, you're still ahead of the game because you've invested in the training and the education. You're worth more than $10 or $12 an hour. This is your pep talk right now. And if they don't want to pay you what you're worth, take a hike, get a different client. They can find the newbie who they can pay less. You're already starting with something. You don't need to demote yourself to a beginner level rate and a beginner level job with a beginner level business owner. Now, I'm kind of painting a rosy picture here where, you just walk into the discovery call and you're like, what am I getting out of it? What are you going to invest in me? But this is kind of a rarity when somebody is willing to take a total risk on a new person. If you're lacking any of these online marketing skills, especially anything I mentioned in the last episode, number 33, and if you're doubting yourself at all, if you need to put the online marketing pieces all together so you can be the total package as a digital media VA, then I totally recommend that you sign up for the VA Crash Course. It's open right now. And we cover the content management, the social media strategies, the SEO, the business back end, and the email list growing that these business owners expect you to know. Our modules are pretty cool. They cover SEO, blogging, WordPress, all of the stuff. So you can have the confidence to say yes to any job, any client, and know that you have the training behind you to not start at complete ground zero entry level. And if you don't already have an online marketing degree, this VA Crash Course will make you competitive, and it will do it quite quickly. It's pretty fast. It's pretty intense, and it's for the people who are really serious. And this is why you need a comprehensive course like this, because it's going to make you stand out from the competition. You're going to be able to command higher rates when you come to the table with online marketing skills, tech tactics, and strategies. But this is what I'm really finding. The digital business world is absolutely exploding. You see that. You see the golden opportunity. That's why you're here. And there are more and more VAs and freelancers, service providers who are competing for the work. It's getting saturated. Admin VAs are a dime a dozen. Online business owners are hiring the admin and data entry and bits and pieces of their marketing to overseas VAs because they can pay them a lot cheaper. And the business owner who's been around a few years, who is moving to the next level, and who is successful making money online does not want to hire a beginner. They also are way past hiring an admin VA. They want more than that. And why should you care? These business owners at this level, they're the ones you want to align with for the fast track. They're the ones going places. They're willing to pay more. They're actually making money with their digital revenue streams. They have the one-to-one coaching and the one-to-one client work. They are successful, and they're exactly who you want to work for. You don't necessarily want to work for the brand new business owner who's not going to pay very much. But these people are a little bit harder to get in the door with. And the case in point, Hey, this podcast is sponsored by my very own GIF and sticker making workshop. Turn your clients' videos into GIFs, design branded stickers for Instagram stories, and master the art of making your own GIF for promo emails. This is fun unicorn magic that we can do behind the scenes easily for our clients. The workshop is 1 hour, just $17.99. The link is in the show notes, or go to emilyreaganpr.com/GIF workshop. That's GIF workshop. Back to the show. I was part of 2 conversations recently, and I saved them to repeat them and share them here with you on the podcast. 1, this is from Susan. I really don't want to train anyone or pay a VA to spend time in training. I did that twice already. It didn't work out. I want to work with experts at this point. This one's from Nicole. I don't train beginners to give them a skill. Come with skill and experience, and I'll train you on my brand. So I'm hearing my business peers calling it the tour versus the training approach. Business owners who are already successful or are very serious about their business, they're going to hire someone and only give them the tour of the back end of the business. They don't want to take on a full-on training program to get their teammate up to speed with a baseline of digital business and marketing knowledge. They are expecting their contractors to come to the table already knowing that, even as admin managers and assistants, virtual assistants. In the tour approach, business owners expect you to have the KSAs, the knowledge, and your own ideas. You're a contractor being paid for your work. And this is the difference between being an employee and a contractor who owns their own business. Like, think about it. They're not hiring you under normal circumstances to be their employee. And they shouldn't expect to train you at the same time. It's a partnership. You're still your own boss. You're your own company offering service to them. You bring your assets to the table, and the business owner is hiring those skills. You're not working for them or under them. That's a little bit more of the admin style, right? In the tour approach, business owners don't take the time to get you up to speed with what's going on in the world. They're expecting you to already get it, already be up to speed, and not need training. You can expect to be onboarded and given a tour of the business. What does the back end look like? Where the documents are at, what the project management tool is, what the communication channels are, when the meetings are, what does the schedule look like, and all of that. And you will spend time learning in their business, and you charge for that time learning their business and learning their voice. But you're not charging them for you to learn their tools. Most of the time, these high-level business owners already have SOPs, they already have calendars, and they have training videos for certain systems of theirs. But most of the teams are assuming you already know or can figure out things like Slack, Trello, Google Drive, Monday. And at this higher level, if a business owner has a specific CRM, they're expecting you to come to the table with a baseline of knowledge. Okay, I will say at my level right now, if I had a client who had a specific CRM, I might need training in that. I might want them to walk me through with a couple Loom videos, a couple SOPs, like how to do it. For instance, Infusionsoft, I've never used it. And at this level, if a client wanted to hire me to set up their nurture sequence or their quiz, I might need a quick little training in Infusionsoft. And at this level where I'm charging more and time is less, I might charge them for that. But I'm going to be very clear and upfront for that. But that's a very special situation. And in those type of interviews, I would say, hey, I don't know that system. I've worked with Entreport. I've worked with X, Y, and Z. That shouldn't be a problem. It will be an extra hour for me to get up to speed. And usually they're okay with that because finding someone, an expert at that level, will cost just as much. And at my level, the client will be willing to pay for that training time. That's a very, very rare situation where the client might be doing a little bit of training. But for the most part, they just want to give the tour. They want to give the tour. They want you to get to work. They don't want to spend time training you. They're already overwhelmed. They're already in the weeds, and they're expecting you to just jump in and do it. And you can expect to start your work immediately. There's no do you ever start a new job and you kind of don't know what you don't know? So the first week or two, it seems kind of easy. And then slowly, the work starts building up on you and you realize I should have been working on all this all along. I just had no idea. It's not like that. There's no grace period when you're an employee. Like you are expected to jump in and start doing the work. You'll have check-in meetings right away, project meetings, and maybe 30, 60, and 90-day reviews. You'll want to be able to walk into the job and learn the basics of how they do things, get the tour of their business so you can jump in right away. And you should be able to do the actual work, implementation, strategizing, prepping. Prepping's a big part of it, to do that right away. You are coming to the table with online marketing skills. You've taken the courses, you've learned the strategies, you know how to do the tech skills and the tactics. You just need to make it fit their business. So you need the rundown of their business. You don't need a full-on training program at this point. So how can you use this whole tour versus training approach to your advantage? This is where the magic happens. So when you're in your next discovery call, ask about your client's pain points. Ask about past hires and failures. Ask about past hires and failures. What worked and what didn't. Get them talking. Listen for instances when they hired someone who couldn't deliver or didn't have the right experience or knowledge. And I find that most business owners have made at least one hiring mistake at this level. Just you listening for these pain points and repeating what they're saying, it shows you get it. It shows you're listening. It builds that trust and credibility. Ask them straight up, what did their former hire lack in knowledge? What do they wish that former hire had known? What parts are they missing right now? Then you can bring up the tour versus training approach as a solution to their pain point. Make it very clear that you, as the professional and the service provider here, you are coming to the table with XYZ skills and knowledge. And when you bring up your rates, you make it clear they are not paying for all of the training you've invested in yourself. You bring up the courses you've taken and the experience you've had. You talk about the years you've spent listening to podcasts and making yourself better on your own dime. This especially is helpful if you don't have as much experience, if you're newer to the world. You've already invested in your learning, and they will be less overwhelmed when they only have to give you the tour. It will be music to their ears. They will love hearing this from you. Trust me, bring it up in a discovery call. And then ask about their onboarding process. Will they take the time to give you the tour and set you up for success? Are there gaps in their onboarding process? Make it clear what you already know and what training you might need and time you might need to figure things out if they're using different programs and tech stacks that you're unfamiliar with. And talk about when you will have feedback sessions. This is really important because remember, you want this to be a good fit for both of you, and communication is the key. You want to make sure you know what you're walking into. You could have clients that seem like they have it all together and are a hot mess on the backside and don't have all of these things in place, where you can't just immediately start implementing the work because you have to fix things and write brand voice guides and write SOPs because they don't have any of this done. You might walk into a client that has specific expectations and you want them to communicate that here in the discovery call so you're on the same page. Bringing up this tour approach shows that you get it and it exudes confidence and it will help you get the job. And you totally got this. If you have the backing of experience and training and you've been investing in yourself, you can command higher rates. Bottom line, they should be paying you more. They're not paying entry level for somebody who has no training. Okay, I hope this really helps you. Bring up the tour approach. Talk about how business owners don't have to spend time training you. You already get the backside of things. You already get big time strategies, and you can help them do the work. All right, let me know. Send me a DM if this helped you. I would love to hear from you. I love when you reach out. I love all feedback on the podcast, and I absolutely love when you leave me a 5-star review. Hint, hint. Okay, I'm going to be slowing things down a bit with virtual school, kicking my booty, trying to keep up with Zoom meetings for 3 school-age kids. I have a 3-year-old who is destroying the house because no one's paying attention to her, and I need to cut back on the podcast a bit. We're going to go to once a week. Okay, not a big change. We're going from 2 episodes to once a week. So next week, we'll have an interview style episode. I'm bringing a brand voice expert to talk about writing for clients and capturing their voice. kind of the hard part of what we do, right? Justin Blackman has worked for bigwigs in the online marketing world like Amy Porterfield, Stu McLaren, Tarzan K, and big brands like Red Bull and Puma and a huge hotel conglomerate. You're going to learn so much from Justin, and he's one of my favorite online people right now because he's super funny. He's super helpful. He even helped me give my copy a punch in the face. He'll tell you more next week, so
if
tune
you're
in.
ready to learn the
And don't
digital
forget to enroll in the
marketing
VA
and social
Crash
media
Course.
skills that
If you're
will get
ready to
you
say yes
hired
to
online,
clients,
head
you
over
need
to
to get that training under your belt so they
where
only
you
have
can
to
learn
give you
about
the
my
tour,
5-week
and you
program,
want billable
the
work
Digital Media VA
without
Crash
having to
Course.
put everything
Small
together
business
for
owners and
yourself or having
solopreneurs
it
want to
take
hire
years to
someone
figure
who
it all
gets
out.
it,
The
and you
VA
can help
Crash
them
Course is for
implement
you.
just about
Tons of
everything.
good training,
They're looking for a
weekly
magical
Q&As,
assistant
and
who
a
does it all.
community of
With my
referrals
comprehensive
with job
training,
leads.
you can get your foot in
Come
the
join
door
us,
and become a
vacrashcourse.com.
unicorn. Check out
See you next week.
vacrashcourse.com.
Can you hear the clicking of my desk? What is that? Can you hear that helicopter? I think it's Air Force One. Just kidding. 1, I really don't want to train. Okay, 1, this is from Nicole. No, wait.